Dr. Rosengrant draws a connection between where students sit in class and how well they perform academically. Now that the results have been called, Republican voters feel disappointed and defeated as Obama is re-elected to a second term. Governor Brown's proposition would raise about $6 billion in state revenue and guarantees these funds to public education. In addition to flying over the observatory, the Endeavor made an appearance here over the Burbank studios. Many people said their offices came to a complete stop so they could watch the flyover. Pasadena Republicans have come together this election night to watch the voting results in hopes of a Romney-Ryan win. These voters believe the candidate has what it takes to rebuild the economy and is even being compared to Ronald Reagan.
I think that Romney has a track record in business of being able to implement the exact policies that we need in order for job growth.
The stimulus that we've all been waiting for, I think that Romney will definitely make a change in that perspective.
But hope began to fade as the two candidates were tied in electoral votes and key states like Wisconsin and Iowa were called for Obama. Now that the results have been called, Republican voters feel disappointed and defeated as Obama is re-elected to a second term. Republicans believe this is a step in the wrong direction.
I thought that America could have done better, that America could have had the inspiration to make a change that would have gotten us out of this depression, but we didn't. We chose for more of the same, and that's what we're going to get.
But others are remaining hopeful. The next 4 years will be different.
Well, I hope that the president will listen to a lot of Americans that we want economic prosperity in this country.
From the Pasadena Republican headquarters, Tasneem Hanafi, Valley View News. Some of these people have been waiting at the Griffith Observatory since sunrise this morning.
I am pretty excited.
The reason? To watch history as the shuttle Endeavor flies over Los Angeles. People sat in bumper-to-bumper traffic and hiked uphill to get a glimpse of the shuttle on top of a 747 carrier, and the crowd said it was all worth it.
Been a big fan of the shuttle program. When I was a kid, my dad took us to go see a couple of landings out at Edwards Air Force Base, so, just representing the family up here for one last journey.
In addition to flying over the observatory, the Endeavor made an appearance here over the Burbank studios. Many people said their offices came to a complete stop so they could watch the flyover.
A whole group of us from work, we all went outside to see it, and we were waiting and waiting, and then it flew by really low, and I was so proud to have, be an American.
The shuttle Endeavor will stay at LAX Airport for the next month, then it will be moved to its permanent home at the California Science Center. In Los Angeles, Tasneem Hanafi, Valley View News. This is where the state gets most of its revenue, and if voters approve the governor's Proposition 30, Californians could expect a sales tax hike starting next year. The sales tax would go from 8.75% to 9%. The governor proposed the increase to try to save the public education system. Governor Brown's proposition would raise about $6 billion in state revenue and guarantees these funds to public education. 90% would go to K-12 schools like Darby Elementary, and about 10% would go to state and community colleges. But people had mixed reviews about the proposition.
I would have to agree with Prop 30. I think the public school system is in great disrepair right now.
I don't think that the government should be taking people's money and then trying to reappropriate it.
If the prop fails, students and teachers could face more funding cuts, and state college tuition could go up by about $250 a semester. In Northridge, Tasneem Hanafi, Valley View News. The New York Jets were looking to bounce back after last week's loss to New England. This week, they hosted Miami. Let's go to the action. There's a bit of frosty winter right in the middle of Los Angeles, if you know where to look. Valley View News reporter Dennis Aru found it and has a report.